Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the UDI U830. This is a motion controlled quadcopter. You use this little wand here and tilt it and move it around in order to fly the quadcopter. This is the quadcopter. It's your pretty standard, Hubsan X4 sized micro quad, and it's got a pretty substantial frame on it. Every prop is protected, all around, top to bottom. It's got nice little rubber landing feet. So, pretty cool looking quads. Got these nice little flame paint job on it here. Let's see what it comes with. It's got a 250 milliamp hour battery. This takes about 45 minutes to charge, and you'll get 7.5 minute flights with the frame on. And then if you take the frame off, which is easily done, it just kind of clips onto the arm for each motor arm there, and you can just unsnap them and pull it off. But without the frame, you'll get about 9-minute flight time, so about a 1.5-minute difference without the frame. You get a whole full set of spare props, and a dual port USB charger, and then a USB power cable for that. And then something worth mentioning is that the manual is entirely in Chinese, but there are PDF versions out there in English, so I will put a link to one of those in my video description. And you'll want to read the manual for this because it's a little bit confusing in some of the things it can do. So this is your controller. You've got your throttle on the stick, and then your left and right yaw. And then all your pitch control is done, you twist to the right to move to the right, twist to the left, move to the left, and pitch forward and backward to fly forward and backwards. And you'll see you've got 2 buttons on the side, and these are your trim buttons. But you've got 6 different things that you can trim, so to switch between them, let's turn it on, you've got to click in the thumbstick. And so 2 beeps is forward and backward. Now these are your forward and backward trims. And I think it kind of makes sounds. So there's centered. And then 3 beeps. Now that is your rudder trim. And then 1 beep is your forward and backwards. Or did I say that wrong? So 1 beep is forward and backwards. 2 beep is left and right. So now that's your left, that's your right. 3 beeps is rudder, left and then right. So a little confusing there. I have to reference the manual pretty much every time I fly in order to remember the sequence there. And then you've got a trigger on the bottom, which is your flip mode. So you hit that. I don't think it doesn't actually do anything since I'm not bound to the control or to the quad. But normally you would hit that and it would start beeping, and then you give, whichever way you want to flip, move that direction and move back to level, and then the quad will flip in that direction. It flips pretty decently with the frame. It's a little bit wobbly, so it flips better without the frame, of course. But it flies well. It's not overly fast, which is good because with this tilt control, you don't want to get too out of control too fast. So it's nice and manageable. It's easy to fly with the control because it's not overly fast. It only has LEDs in the eyes. There's no motor LEDs, so it's a little bit hard to see. Definitely not a night flyer. There's no Lvc warning, so it just kind of starts to lose power and then falls out of the sky. You've got no blinking or anything to indicate that it's about to die. And you only can fly it with this, as far as I know. I tried my other UDI standard, transmitters, other brand transmitters, and nothing would bind to it. So you've only got motion sensing control for this. You can't use a normal transmitter on it, as far as I know. But that's about all I have to say about it, so let's go give it a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the UDI U830 tilt to fly motion controlled quad. Let's go ahead and start her out on the floor. Okay, so so the throttle I control with my thumb, but everything else, or the pitch I control by tilting it. Come back. And then yaw is on the stick as well. So a little tricky to give yaw and pitch and actually do like a banked turn. Let's try a flip. There we go. And so it's pretty docile. I mean, it's not overly fast, so you can make pretty big movements on the controller and it doesn't get too out of control very fast. I hate trying to trim it though because of it's just so confusing. Let's try another flip. Back flip. Oop. I don't think this thing has different rates. I think it's only one rate, no high rates and low rates. So, you know, not overly exciting, just kind of, you know, just more of a sort of a gimmick with the motion control, but it's kind of interesting nonetheless. Whoa, tried doing a bank turn there, needed more room. Oh, it's not giving me much forward movement for some reason. It's really hard to give some quick yaw input with the stick. Come back. So hopefully that's kind of coming through on the camera there, how I'm controlling it. Definitely takes some practice to kind of get your brain used to tilting and then moving the stick with your finger, and just kind of a, you know, a lot of new things to take in. Makes it a little tricky. Alright, let's see if I can take her in for a landing. Oh, not bad. Alright, well that's that. That is the UDI U830 motion control quad. Kind of cool, not, you know, overly exciting, but if you wanted to check out some of this motion control stuff, I think this would be a pretty good quad to start with. Anyway, alright, well thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you next time.